Okay, so here we are. This is my sewing machine at home since I'm at home in the summer making this video. Just like you don't want to go to school in the summer, and neither do I. So we're going to start with this first paper, which, I have it really up close, has lines on it like this. And I've done one, but we're going to do another one. So what you're going to do is you're going to line up the line, not the paper, with the little indentation in your presser foot. And I am going to put that in there. Make sure you put your presser foot down with the lever that's at the back of your machine so that this presser foot holds the paper in there tight. If you could just blow it out of your machine with your breath, then you don't have the presser foot down. So this is what actually will hold your fabric to the machine. And then remember, using your feed dogs, which are underneath here, those little jaggedy things, to move your fabric along. What you need to do is not do this. I have had students miss and go like this and sew through their finger, and then they jerk it out, and then they have a broken needle in their finger, and we have to call a parent to come take them to the emergency room. So please do not do that. You don't need your fingers up here, and you don't need to be pushing or pulling. You really just have your fingers out to the side, just sort of guiding it. So I have my machine on, get my pedal ready, and just practice playing with the speed. The slower you go, the more control you have. And if you can see my hands out here, this hand's way out on the other side of the paper. And just try to keep this line right here with your line that you're sewing on. And I'm sewing on that black line. So when I turn it, I don't have to turn it suddenly because I don't have a sharp angle. And I can stop anytime I want to, pushing on my power pedal so that I can move this to where it needs to be and I can get a nice smooth curve. But you can see I'm not holding the paper, I'm not pushing the paper through, and you're not going to do that with your fabric either. You're going to go slowly and just guide it, and I was off my line right there. 50 years of sewing, and I still make mistakes, so mistakes are just a way of learning. Don't ever feel like your mistakes are undoable. Sometimes they are, but you learn from it, and that's fine. Alright, so I did this one line, and you can see on the back that it's a pretty good curve. And so what I'd like you to do is finish doing the rest of these curves. Yes, I do want you to practice, because just like when you're learning how to drive, you have to practice, practice, practice before they'll give you a license. You need to practice, practice, practice sewing before I give you that license to sew on your own. The next one we're going to do this one is curved with some points, and this one's straight with the points. We'll start with straight with the points and how you do those. And you'll often find you need this if you're doing corners, which you will end up doing in this class. So again, I'm going to line that up. I'm not lining the paper up on the machine. I'm lining my line up with my presser foot. So I'm going to start here, and then I'm going to look for that little point through here. So I'm going to go slow. My right hand's actually on my, goes a little bit past, my hand wheel. Make sure your needle's in, because that, when I pick up my presser foot, this doesn't go anywhere. It can turn, but it's not going in and out. So what you want to do is you want to turn it so this line is again lined up with that indentation in your presser foot. And then practice doing this one. Why am I better fast than I am slow? I don't know. But don't think, I've been sewing for 50 years, so yeah, I have a lot of experience, so I can go fast, but I don't always. Go at a speed which is comfortable for you. be fun watching me sew. Okay, my needle's not ever going to end up on that point. Either like one stitch before or afterwards. And there you have this one. Pretty good. So you're going to do the same thing on the curve. The one thing I want you to think about is making sure that that needle is in at that corner before you pick up your presser foot. See, and I'm going to check, and I think I can make one more stitch. Now, if I was to go like this and then pick it up and see how it goes all over the place, you don't want that, because normally threads attach and then you have all this thread hanging and then your stitches aren't right and then it's a big knot and then you have to start again and then you're mad at me, which I'll laugh at you if you're mad at me for that, because that's your fault. Leave the needle in and then continue along. Sorry, it's my way of dealing with it. You don't want me to be mad at you. I don't want you to be mad at me for something you did. All right, so finish all of those up. I'm not going to finish this one because it's boring to watch me. The next one we're going to do is all corners. It's like a big maze. So you're going to start at one end, and it's practicing finding that corner, and then leaving the needle in. There's not very many, so I'm just doing it by hand. And turning that corner. Leave the needle in, and then start again till your next corner. Turn it. Do that corner. So you're going to do that the whole way around, and on the back it should look just the opposite of what you have on the front. You can see there what I was doing at. The last one is the most difficult, I think. It is like a snail. Then when you get close to the end, that's when it gets hard, but oftentimes when you're sewing, you will have a curve that's tight, and so understanding that you really, really need to go slow no matter how much experience you have. I go slow. And you'll notice as I'm sewing that I stop every once in a while and then I go slow, and if you could see my right hand, it is really on the hand wheel. That way I can stop it if I can't get my foot off the pedal soon enough. And so you just take some deep breaths and relax in between and, like, you know, stop here. Don't pick the presser foot up. Okay, I got this. So just say to yourself, you have it. Go slow. There's no reward for being the first one done. I hate to tell you. If you are and you did it perfect, then great. I'll just tell you you're ready to go on to the next thing. But I want to make sure that everybody understands how the machine works, how to guide your fabric, how to deal with corners, how to deal with curves. Sewing straight, the machine will do all on its own. You don't even have to have your hands up there. So just understanding that curves are going to be hard and you're going to need to go slow and stop. Oh, I was on a roll there. Stop on occasion to get it together. That's fine. I mean, my eyes start to cross and I got to stop. So you'll finish yours. I'd like to see them, and that is our paper practice that we're going to do.